It's 2024 and I cannot believe that I am making this video. Hi, I'm Jason from Fitted Golf, where we continue to prove it's your clubs. So had an interesting conversation with a friend recently, and she happened to be interested in going to play golf. She has a partner who likes golf, and she's gone to the range a few times and kind of got a feel for it. And she's quite athletic and very capable, and so they were going to go out and try a round of golf. And they did everything wonderfully. They picked a beginner par 3 course. They're just going to go for 9 holes. They didn't pick the busiest time of the day. They did all of the right things. So they head on to the golf course and they dutifully go in and pay, and they head to the first tee. And they'd been paired up with a couple of fellows. And these two fellows were really great. You know, they went over and said, "Hey, this is my first time out on the golf course, you know, just a little bit nervous, don't know how this is going to go." And the guys were like, "That's no problem. It's a nice little short course. You only need a couple of clubs, and everybody has to start and have a first time." Excellent, wonderful. So everything's good to go, except now the marshal happens to pull up. They dutifully mention to the marshal, "Hey, it's my first time on the golf course." This is where it all goes wrong. Instead of saying, "Great, you're a new player, welcome, we're so glad that you're here, perfect place for you to come. Just do us a favor, if you're falling a little bit behind as you're trying to get your way around, you know, pick up your ball, carry it forward, take your next shot or hit a putt and then move to the next tee, and just keep things going so that everybody's having a nice time." This particular marshal decides to completely humiliate and chastise this lady in front of everybody on the tee. He goes on to say to her, "This is no place for a beginner on a golf course. You should be on a driving range. You're wasting everyone's time," on and on and on. They try and placate him, but that doesn't work. And then he doubles down and says, "And oh, by the way, you don't have a full bag of your own clubs, so you can't go." Again, they try and placate and say, "Well, we'll just run in and grab a rental set and take them with us." And he says, "Nope, there's no more time for that. You can't go and you need to leave." This is unbelievable. This should never happen. This is exactly the type of player that everybody should be encouraging. It's somebody that's new. In this case, it's somebody who's female, which is an audience that everybody is trying to reach in golf. And this person ran her off the golf course, leaving her crying and humiliated. Again, it's 2024. I can't believe that we're actually having this conversation. This should never happen. Golf is an incredible game. One of the most wonderful things about it is it's one of the few sports where somebody who's accomplished can go out at the same time on the same course and play and enjoy the day with somebody who's just a beginner. There's so few other sports where that's possible, and it's one of the most dynamic parts of being able to play golf. So we need to be encouraging people who are starting out the game to come, feel comfortable, go out and have a great time, not shaming and humiliating them. And the second part of this is I am 99% sure that if this person was male, not female, this would never have gone down that way. Despite the fact that there is a gender conversation to be had here, in the end, it's about being inclusive, it's about being supportive, it's about being kind, and it's about asking ourselves, how are we treating other people, and how would we want to be treated when we're out doing things like this? So it's up to all of us, whether it's industry insiders like myself or players like you, to make sure that everybody feels welcome, to make sure that everybody knows that we want to see them out there on the golf course, and to give them as much encouragement to be there as possible. If you're seeing this and you've been on the receiving end of a negative experience like this on the golf course, first of all, please don't quit. Please come back to the game. This is not the standard that you'll find in most places. Just give us another chance in the industry. Second is, if you have seen or been on the receiving end of something like this, throw a comment down below. Tell us your story. We need to start having more of these conversations and to call this out. The more that we talk about it and the more that we make it public, the less often it will happen, and it will improve the game for all of us. I'm Jason from Fitted Golf, where we continue to prove it's your clubs.